viewers pa tayo. Okay. Hello, guys. Good morning. Good evening sa lahat. Okay, guys. Welcome to my fourth vlog. We'll be talking about badminton, of course. Um, our topic for today would be the code of conduct for coaches and educators. This is very important for those um, who are actually training their students, and especially so that at, of course, the private entities and schools. Okay, so this is just a very short live stream that I'll be doing. So the purpose for the coaches and educators code of conduct. Fourth live stream. So sorry. So this is my fourth live stream and was corrected by my partner here. So welcome to my fourth live stream, guys. And the topic for today is about coaches and educators code of conduct. So yung materialis na nakuha ko nito is coming from a very good friend from the Badminton Sports Commission and an international umpire, yung Bruzula sisters. So shout out sa mga Bruzula sisters. And of course, shout out din sa mga contact tracers ng Valle Hermoso. Okay? To Gerard. Who else are watching? Okay, so purpose of this summary of the code of conduct is una, dapat i-maintain, no? Maintain the highest standard of code of conduct of coaches and educators. And of course, those who perform a similar role in teaching, learning environment where there is a power relationships between coaches and players. So, dapat i-maintain natin yung high standard ng mga coaches and educators together with the player. Okay, so that's between the coach and the player. Okay, so another purpose of this is to ensure a positive teaching, learning environment for players and learners. Third purpose why we um, review the code of conduct for coaches and educators is dapat i-ensure natin and maintain fair, I repeat, fair and orderly administration and conduct of the BWF. So, ano yung BWF? That's the Badminton World Federation. Sanctioned tournaments. So, lahat ng mga sanction ng BWF, even those they sanction for the sake of respect and integrity of the tournament, dapat we have to practice high standard for coaches and educators, and of course the players themselves. Okay. In BWF sanctioned tournaments, where a coach or a team manager or a player sits in the field of play, when we talk about field of play, ito yung FOP na tinatawag natin sa last live stream ko. Dito yung kung saan naglalaro yung player. So ito yung court, no? So the field of play performing a coaching role, diba, sa isang tournament andun nakaupo yung isang coach or minsan iba coach sa kayong trainer para malalaman, ma-coach niya during interval yung kanyang player. So dito dapat malalaman, dapat may respeto, no? Paano yung kinakailang conduct ng isang coach, no? And of course the teachers. And number purpose of this is also to uphold the good name of the Badminton World Federation and the integrity of badminton. So, if you remember the history of badminton, it was this was actually a game played by royal bloods, like in Europe. Then it was transferred to Asia, in India, in Pune. Okay, so okay, yes, pa-10 daw si Kenneth Nathaniel. No worries. Just give me a bell and message me. We'll talk about that. Okay. Now, when is this code of conduct applicable? Okay. Itong coaches and educators code of conduct applicable to, of course, sa lahat ng coaches and educators. And similarly, those who are taking or who took responsibilities of a coach, or sometimes, or the coach may or may not be licensed to be the BWF or hold a BWF coaching. Doesn't mean na ito gagamitin lang ng isang coach na license ng Badminton World Federation. These cut across all kinds of coaches and educators to. O ma-license ka ba o hindi, dapat alam mo yung code of conduct for coaches and educators. Second, applicable to all coaches, no? Team managers. We also have team officials and players who take on a coaching role at the back of the court in play, or at the back of the court in the field of play at any sanctioned tournaments, maybe sanctioned by the BWF or sanctioned by local badminton federation of badminton federation community. So, ganun. Number three, applicable to sa lahat ng coaches again, team managers and team officials participating in a badminton world federation sanctioned tournaments. No? So, ito yung in-accept na code. So, the general competition regulations and the laws of badminton, and therefore be bound by that. So what is the general provisions? So, sa general provision ito under sa Code of Ethics. Code of Ethics, coaches, educators, team managers, and team officials covered under this code are required to adhere to the general provisions of the Badminton World Federation Code of Ethics, such as well the core values, principles, and conduct defined in the Badminton World Federation Code of Ethics. So, ito yung general provision niya. Nalalaan yan sa Code of Ethics ng BWF. So, kung may tanong kayo, just pop your questions. I'll be willing to answer. I'm more than willing and happy to answer any questions. We'll talk about badminton per se. It can either be a competitive sports for you, or recreational, or just for fun, family sports, how to train, where to play here in Negros Oriental, specifically in Dumaguete City, kung saan yung badminton court dito. And what are the common issues and concerns if there will be training, especially handling kids, no? So, ano yung ideal na dapat i-train mo yung isang bata? Okay, so just try to chat, okay, sa live chat natin. Pero medyo tayo, no? Lagyan kaya natin ng music or yun. Ito lang bro. Ito lang. Hindi Hindi music sounds. Okay. Sige. Okay. Sige. So, anyway, um, while we are looking for some music, no, here, para naman hindi masyadong lonely yung ating live stream. Ito, diba? Narinig niyo ba? Hindi ko alam. Huwag na lang. Baka na, siguro makapirate tayo. Okay. Sige. Let's go to specific provisions for conduct. Okay, so, una-una, team manager. So, ano yung role ng team manager? No, sa code of conduct sa badminton. Team managers or some coaches or team officials who are taking on the role of a team manager at the Badminton Federation sanctioned tournament are required to follow the specific provisions as outlined in the code of conduct. So, ito nakikita yun, no? So, if you want to check that online, you can actually go to the Badminton Federation website and then maraming mga materials dyan regards to code of conduct for coaches, team officials, and educators. Actually, this was approved March 19 on the year 2017 pa. And effect, this took effect last June 1. Ito yung provisions for the conduct. Okay, so ito yung sa team manager rules. Another, supporting fully the information flow on technical matters between the referee and player. So dito din nilalaan yung technical matters, no? Kung ano yung role ng referee at yung player. Then support you as the coach or the team manager, dapat then you'll be in full support on the information flow, on the logistics, either transport, accommodation, practice, schedule, etc. between the tournament organization or organizers and the team, together with the players. Okay? And then as a team manager also, yung role mo rin sa code of conduct, no, under the code of conduct is attending the scheduled managers meeting on behalf of the team. So kung magtatawag ng isang meeting, dapat andun ka. Or the players or any other briefing or meeting called by the referee. No, this is very important because dito nyo pwede kayong magtanong on the specifics, especially on technicalities and what will be done or how will the tournament go through at kung ano pa dito. You'll be free to ask questions to the referee. And as a team manager also, reporting any player withdrawals in a timely manner and following the standard procedure. So, kung may player ka na medyo hindi na makakalaro, so yun, dapat you know how you will report that to the referee or even to the tournament managers para naman alam nila kung ano gagawin. Okay, so next is topic would be on coaching role at BWF sanctioned tournaments. Okay, so ito yung role ng isang coach. Okay, let's check. And shout out din pala sa 2,000 viewers ko. 4,000 na. Okay, thank you very much for your support. I'm hoping that you will learn badminton in this way. I could also share my knowledge to you. So, na lang, write your questions on our live chat. Okay, thank you very much. So, So ano yung role ng isang coach during a badminton World Federation tournament? So, yung coaches, or even team officials, or even a team manager, or even a player who is taking the seat and performing the role of a coach. Take note, taking the seat because in every tournament, especially if it's sanctioned, meron kasi yung nakalaan na isang silya o dalawa um, for the coach, no? So that during interval, in a game or in a game, pwede mag-coach, mag-coach siya sa side, mag-coach. Okay? This should be followed, no? Specific provision are outlined in this code of conduct. Especially yung mga tao na dyan uupo. So una, for those performing this role, una, kinakailangan you have to dress appropriately in the team uniform sports. So, labas sports clothing and or not shirt or polo or yung babae, shirt, blouse or long trousers or skirt. So, hindi nakalagay dito yung shorts, no? Ano naman yung inappropriate clothing? So, ito yung jeans, flip-flops or sandals, beach or Bermuda shorts. So the referee will decide if a coach is inappropriately dressed, especially if this is something by BWF. So, pero sa mga local tournaments naman, depende yan eh. Minsan, ang kinakailangan lang na talaga na hindi mag-shorts. Sino yung nakaupo sa coach seat within or outside the FOP, dapat hindi naka-short, hindi naka-chinelas. Yun ang pinaka-importante. So, long pants, sapatos, tapos, of course, hindi nakasando. Then, another is remain seated in the designated chairs provided at each end of the court behind your player. And players except at the approved intervals. Okay. However, if the coach wishes to move to another court, of course, yung coach must do so while the shuttle is not in play. So, kung kunyari, nag-rally na, as much as possible, hindi dapat nag-move yung coach. So, mag-move lang siya kung hindi, then yung shuttle is not in play. Okay? So, that's it. Next is yung naka-sit sila sa coaching seat na player or coach or team manager. If the shuttle is in play or any manner instructing opposing player, dapat hindi ka coach, no? Do not delay the game by coaching in uniform. So, bawal yung coach when the shuttle is in play. In the or while medyo na-end yung rally, katawag mo yung player mo, nag-coach ka sa sideline o sa end line, bawal yun. Kasi walang interval pa, just to delay the game. Okay, so in the predefined breaks during a match, return to their designated chairs. As soon as the umpire announces that there are 20 seconds remaining. So I mentioned this during my third live stream. In every interval, my 60 seconds, by the 40th second, you have to announce court number 1, 20 seconds. Court number 1, 20 seconds. Upon the announcement, as much as possible, yung coaches or your trainer na nag-coach sa sideline, babalik yan sa kanilang designated na mga upan. Okay? Then, of course, next, not verbally abuse or intimidate or intimidate in any form, such as shouting or making gestures or in any other way distract the spectator, tournament officials, technical official, opposing coach, or opposing team official, or opposing player. So, bawal yun. You have to abuse them verbally or even intimidate them. Yung nag-shout ka na or making gestures na, di ba? Yung bad gestures, ganun. Para lang ma-intimidate yung opposing team or player or even tournament officials. So, kasama yan sa code of conduct ng isang um, coach na nakasit, no, dyan sa coaching designated area sa FOP. Another inappropriate code of conduct or conduct is not attempt to communicate in any way with opposing players or coaches or team officials or use any electronic device for any purpose, including, for example, mobile phones, laptop, computers, or similar devices. Okay? Then not make or attempt to make any unwelcome, abusive, or intimidating physical contact in any way with any spectators, tournament official, technical official, and of course, players, opposing players, coaches, or team officials. Okay? So, yun. Salamat po. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So, pay attention sa mga ano dyan ha. Ito, pinaka-importante. One of the very important aspect in your conduct when you are coaching during a match, not bring the sport into disrepute through media comments, either pre, during, or post-tournament that relate to tournament officials, technical officials, opposing coaches, or even team officials and players that are personal in nature, which imply also biases or question their integrity. Okay? Minsan kasi tayo, nagka-comment tayo, especially sa social media. Okay, ay, ito mali yun. Bias yun. Diba? Okay, nagkaintindihan ba tayo? Okay, so yeah. Now, let's go to coaches and educators. So, ito, kung coach ka, educator ka rin, ito din isa, no? Na kinakailangan mong i-check on the code of conduct of badminton. So, coaches or educators who take on a coaching or tutor, trainer, or educator role and who are teaching players and learners badminton technical, physical, tactical skills, and knowledge or other content. So ito ha, para sa inyo to. You must first, if you are a coach or an educator or even a trainer, ito yung kinakailangan nyo. Una, pinaka-importante, act as a good role model. So, with this, you have to promote positive aspects, okay, aspects of the sports and of badminton. And you have to always maintain a high level of personal contact and professionalism. So nakita kasi natin sa ngayon, there are sports, I just have to mention na minsan, inaaway pa yung officials. So, of course, kung yung coach mo, inaaway yung officials, so it would imply that okay lang pala sa mga players mo na aaway yung officials. So kasi, you acted first. So nawala na yung respeto. Then another, you have to take note as a coach or educator, recognize the responsibility to the sport, okay, to the players being coached, to other coaches, players, parents, to the Badminton World Federation, and officials of the sports. So, kailangan ma-recognize mo na itong mga tao to, mayroon din po silang responsibilities. Okay, then number third, understand and abide by the rules of confidentiality. Ensure confidential and personal information related to students, learners, colleagues, the BWF, and others being interacted with is only used in appropriate ways. So, as much as possible, yung background ng isang player mo, especially if it's more on person na, sa inyo lang yan, no? Huwag mong ikalat. Say that might um, have a bad effect to your player. Not only to your player, but also to your colleagues. Okay. Number four, treat all students as a coach or learners equally and with respect. Fairness, honesty, and consistency, regardless of their backgrounds, beliefs, and abilities. Minsan kasi isang coach, yung lagi lang niyang binibigyan ng pabor, kunyari, medyo angat sa buhay, or yung anak ng may-ari ng eskwelahan ba, or malaking tao politiko. Or minsan yung binibigyan ng pabor yung pinakamalakas na player, not thinking that there are other players sa team niya na needs also his attention or her attention. Okay? So again, treat all your players, students, or learners equally and with respect. Okay? And fairness. Take risk. Fifth, take reasonable measures to protect your students, learners, and safeguard their welfare and health. Okay, understand the role being performed and enact your duty of care responsibilities when teaching or coaching players, especially those under 18. Okay? By the way, check ko muna. Kuha muna ako tubig. Okay? Yeah. Okay guys, I'm back. So, saan na tayo? Okay, so yung protect your students and learners and safeguard welfare. So, next, no, for educators and coaches, you must use appropriate training methods, which in the long term will benefit your students, learners, and avoid any that could be harmful. Ensure tasks and activities are suitable for their age, experience, ability, and physical and psychological conditions of the students and learners. Hindi kinakailangan na yung bata, kita nyo, ang kinakailangan ng strength. So, you have to let them lift more than 10 kilos, no? Or hindi pa kaya yan ng mga bata. So, when you try to do strengthening exercises, okay? What else? So, next is be fair in the assessments of students, learners, and be sure that these assessments are in relations to the objectives of the learning. Provide feedback in a considerate manner and with honesty. Okay? So yung pag-assess nyo ng isang player or student, dapat fair kayo. No? Okay? Then always portray and maintain a professional working relationship with your students and learners. So self-explanatory na to, no? Be aware of the power that you are a coach, a tutor, a trainer, a course presenter, have, and the responsibility that goes with that. Strictly maintain a clear boundary between friendship and intimacy with students. Take note, okay? Okay lang naman post ka sa players mo. So you have to make a little separation for you to be respected as a coach. Kasi minsan, pag naging close na kayo sa isang player or some players, minsan pag may pinapagawa ka, mapapakitan sa'yo, ay sir, or coach, um, medyo masakit, or ganun. So, ano na, okay? Or, coach, nahihilo ako kahit na alam mo naman na kaya pa niya. Ayun, kasi close mo. So, nawala na yung respeto. No? Nawala na yung boundary ng player and coach. Avoid any situation with your students and learners that could be construed as compromising. Okay? Then, reframing from making negative. Again, refrain from making negative, derogatory, or personal comments and comments that may imply bias or question professionalism or integrity through media and social media posts that relate to training, courses, or students and learners. So, ayun. Okay. Minsan, may mga coaches na mas napapaangat nila yung performance ng isang player if lagi nilang negative yung comment. No? That may work with some players. No? O minsan yung iba physically bullied. But take note, maybe your player will perform the best or better in that scenario. Pero yung malaking sugat o malalim na sugat andun, dadalhin niya yan sa pagtanda niya. So, beware lang tayo. Now, let's go to betting, wagering, and irregular match results. Okay. Dito, follow all provisions sa code of conduct in relation to betting, wagering, and irregular match result. Okay? It's 5, code of conduct. Sa anti-doping naman, do not undertake any action promoting or facilitating, associating with, or otherwise supporting behavior or actions that contravene the Badminton World Federation anti-doping regulations. That's in Appendix C. Okay. Next is, let's go to other conduct contrary to the integrity of the sports. So coaches, educators, team managers, and team officials have an obligation not to engage in conduct contrary to integrity of badminton. You have to take note of that. If a coach, educator, team managers, and team officials is convicted of a serious violation of a criminal law of any country, the punishment for which includes possible imprisonment, that coach, educator, and team manager or team official may be deemed by virtue of such conviction to have engaged in conduct contrary to integrity of the game of badminton. Okay. Then lastly, for other conduct contrary to the integrity of the sport, in addition, if a coach, an educator, a team manager, and team official has at any time behaved in a manner severely damaging to the reputation of the sports, the player may be deemed by virtue of such behavior to have engaged in conduct contrary to the integrity of the game of badminton. So, kung mayroon dyan, let's go to the judicial processes. Okay ba tayo? Okay, thumbs up. Sige, thank you very much. So, shout out kay PDJ Talks and those watching. Okay, thank you. So, let's go to judicial process in the Code of Conduct of Badminton. Okay. Sinabi dito na any offense committed by or during a BWF sanctioned tournament can be penalized by the tournament referee. who may remove the coach, take note, who may remove the coach, team manager, or team official from the playing area. So, ito yung sa referee. Now, the referee may also, in case of repeated offenses during a tournament or in the case of serious offenses, for example, ang Batna Opinion 2, Clause 4.12. So, yung 4.12 natin, ito yung um, not making or attempt to make any unwelcome, abusive, or intimidating physical contact to any current official. Kung yan, mayroon ng na-abuse yung official, ito yon, no? Ito yung dapat gawin ng referee. The referee may also, in the case of repeated offenses during the tournament, no, have the coach or team manager or team official removed from the arena for the remainder of the tournament or for the part thereof. The decision of the referee is final and cannot be appealed. So, yung mga coaches dyan, team managers or officials, team trainers, beware, no? Na as much as possible in a tournament, dapat hindi natin ini-intimidate o in-abuse yung mga technical officials kasi pwede kayong mapatawan ng ganitong um, parusa ng referee. So 5.2, so judicial process, ito yung nakalaan. Persistent or flagrant offenses according to 4.26 may be reported. Pwede kayong ma-report sa Badminton Federation by means of the referee's report or the referee's report, and further penalties can be put in place according to laws. Okay, you know? Okay. Okay, so para lang, no? Music tayo konti. Okay, so other alleged breaches of the code shall be investigated during the principles and procedures detailed in the Badminton World Federation Judicial Procedure. Okay. Yun. Then coaches and others covered by this code are required to report breaches of this code and the code of ethics and to cooperate and assist fully in investigation. So, pwede kayo, no? Pwede kayong patawag para at least if there will be report, you can assist, no, sa investigation. If a coach or educator or team manager or team official has committed any offense, ito naman na under the code, they may be deemed to have breached this code, no? Breaches of the code, kung breach mo itong code, constitute the basis for disciplinary action and appropriate penalties. So, depende naman yan kasi meron naman tayong natawag na judicial process. Kasama to. Okay, then some breaches of the code may have a process whereby an administrative or administration fine is applied as penalty. So, tingnan mo lang, no? Sa Appendix 11, Table of Offenses and Penalties, no? Sa Code of Conduct. Then lastly, ito, alleged breaches of the code require a disciplinary hearing process as determined by the Badminton World Judicial Process of Federation. Okay? Sige, thank you. So I guess that ends my discussion on coaches and educators code of conduct. You can now have some questions so far. The by question yan. Or let's talk about badminton per se. Any other or kumustahan lang tayo? Huh? Okay. Anyway, Okay, shout out to Leonardo, the Ron Tibio, no, staff ng NPDC, Valir Hermoso. Thanks for watching. Mga supporter ko, okay, nasa nga tayo, 5,000 or 6,000 na pala. 6,000 watchers. Wow, galing. And 3,000 likers. And kumustahan tayo? Okay? Oh. Para DJ lang. Okay. So, anong gusto nyong itanong? Guys, or mga kabads, about badminton. Okay? Alright. Shout out to Gerald Tobias, no? Contact tracer of Valer Hermoso. And shout out also to Miss Girly. Mm. Okay. Music.
I like it, I love it, I want some more of it.
Guys, first time po okay, first time po namin ito guys. No, ako rin try o gamit kung chada ako voice. Chada naman. Wala mo comment o chada. Okay. So, next live, I'll be talking about again badminton. Okay, muna ito ako, no? See to it that I can share to you some tips, okay, and some tips and technical code of conduct naman po, no? For technical officials. So, kani, ang atong i-contact is code of conduct for coaches and coaches and educators. So, sa next na itong live, ako na pong i-share ang kartong technical officials code of conduct which was approved on the 19th of March and took effect on the 1st June of 2017. So ito yung i-share sa kuha ni Ma'am Busula or as an enhancement for me to improve my technical abilities as an official sa badminton. Medyo lang kasi wala pa naka-training, no? Nag-webinar na, so we'll be waiting for the PSC accreditation for level 1 coaching. And of course, mas maganda din kung may officiating. So, medyo pandemic kasi ngayon, so wala pa naka-schedule. So, kung naka-schedule man, hindi ako nakasama. Okay. So, tanong. Wala pa akong kayong tanong. Ako na lang, no? Why did I choose badminton? No? Ito yung issue, ito yung history why of all the sports that I played, dito ako gumagamit. Okay, so una, during my elementary years, I tried to play lawn tennis and table tennis, so racket sports din. Nahimo pang ball boy, diya sa Praxibilia. So we tried to we used to have our wooden racket and dead ball. Do that we together with my brother. Muna siya that started um, my love of racket sports. I also tried pelota, and during my high school days in RTPM Science High School in Dumaguete, I played a lot of sports. Ang dami ng sports kay wala may laing player. So, kami wala may I played badminton, soccer, basketball, of course, volleyball. Even tried to do swimming and long distance running. That was in during my high school. Oh, not there, but they will get today go. But I became a severe player as a swimming good, swimming and table tennis. But in my college days, nag-varsity ko sa swimming. Pero diha na ako nakita, oy, ano mo din ang badminton? Because of my brother. So, di-transfer ko. Oh, sports, I became a varsity player sa badminton. At Siliman, after 2 years of being a varsity player sa swimming, nag-transfer ko badminton. So, shout out to my old coach, Manong Solivar. Thank you, sir, for the opportunity to be your player before, together with my brother. So, tungod po kay I took a very challenging course. So, wala kayo naka-concentrate sa sports. No? So, matong akong brother mo ay naka-train lang sa Philippine team na for his summer. He was sponsored by his school before CBPC pa to sa una ang Norso. Okay, so muna siya. Then, my coaching and training experience po, I tried to coach and train after my graduation. Tungod na po sa akong brother, okay. Mag-train naman siya ato. So that's why there was a time where we played at the old Kang's residence in Piapi, Monoto siya Badminton Sports, Dumaguete. Then, naka-decide ang Lee Plaza ng tukod o six courts, no? The previous, because sa Hypermart, so take it all the court. And I also was once the supervisor there, no? Supervisor training for that I'm mistaken, mga 6 months, before I concentrate on working sa private, sa BPO. Okay, so muna siya. Then, with that, I started to train at privately sa mga sa airport, no? So, second nga, nag-open nga ng Badminton Sports the airport diha sa Daro. No? So, shout out sa Tiangco family, especially si Sir Hernan. And ang iyang mga anak, si Miko and Ian. So, naka-train po nila anak. So, parang mga dili na. Okay, so it's good to know and very inspiring that when you train a player, that player improves and even will beat you, at the end. So, muna kuha na ko nga, na ay player na akong train tapos pili ko niya. So, mean to say, I have transferred or I have helped the player to develop. I'm not a very good player, a regional national photo, pero I see to it that I respect my players. So, mga na siya. Respect your players, take note of their strengths and weaknesses, and try to work within that strength and weaknesses of them. You can make use of their weaknesses as their strength. So, muna ako ang fun yun. Then, of course, I think I've been into coaching and training almost 20 years now. No, even in even though I already work in government, I see to it my weekend or even my my free time is na magpa-train, especially those nga kailan na train ko, especially mga bata. So, kung wala lang itong pandemic, na ako'y summer clinics no, sa Citadini. We called it the CBSE, and it's now a group. No, the Citadini Badminton summer camp. No, so muna mo ang it's already as a group. Because dili naman taga Citadini ang cater. No, I also figure a lot of um, students from all other schools in Dumaguete City. Um, During my stint also in Siliman, 3 years to nag-coach ato. So, the summer camp, ako to nagidala dito sa Siliman. Of course, when I transferred back, I came from balik sa Trini, and then with Bosco. So, every summer, nagidala kita Trini. So, we run the, the program for like 5 years na. And ika 6 years na karon pero tungod kay last year kay yung pandemic so wala tayo training. But um, what I did also to help those that are not very well finance no players. So I offered my services for free during Sundays and Saturdays sa mga public schools, especially those training for depth no depth sanction tournaments. So muti ako ang kuan nga katabang sa community of badminton and also to promote badminton as a sport. Kay this is where also I developed my some of my personality as a badminton player. So, muna siya. So, guys, muna siya ako ang ano. For now, I do training weekend pero bihira na lang because busy naman sa work and kani. So that's why we intended with me and with my wife na set up siya um, do live streaming sa YouTube for me to share knowledge of badminton. Not only badminton but also about life, uh, some vlogs na wala din wala dito. So basically, ang niche na ginagawa ay when I did my first official YouTube video was sports vlog, and I always concentrate on badminton. So if you are a subscriber of mine, makita ninyo na most of my sports vlog are about badminton when I train them. So I promise that in my other vlogs, no, upcoming vlogs, no, napakulilain nga pakita. For now, mga medyo busy pa na. Okay, guys? So, of course, for those nga wala lantaw ating live stream, I think this will be posted no, sa akong YouTube channel. You can actually also comment. If you like this video, you click the like button, and of course subscribe if you're not yet a subscriber, and share if you think that this is informative, for those friends of yours nga ganahan ng badminton. And of course, those nga wanting to indulge into officiating and joining tournaments. So, nakita tagang tips coming from some materials from Badminton Federation and of course, shuttle time. Okay? So, okay, shuttle time, naka-certificate ako ta. So, I think mga kawads, that would be it for now. Oh, thank you very much. So, we'll have to do some shout outs, no? Sa atong mga kaila. So, to shout out sa mga coaches sa Dumaguete, namely Cardinal Coach Armel Rehencia, to my brother who is now in Canada, Coach John, hello, and of course Coach Japet, Coach Nikki, and others, no, sa one Dumaguete team. Okay, so we'll see you again next live stream. And for those nga ni human jud ani ako live stream, thank you very much for watching. Okay, so I'll be ending this in a couple of days from now because it's okay. Hello, shout out yung pala Justin. Oh, nakahabol si Justin. Justin Lacuna, kumusta na? So, wala na nag-training, no? So, shout out sa imo niya. Usa sa pinakagwapo na po na player. Partner ni Ken. Okay, Ken, my son. No? And Nathaniel. So, Justin Lacuna. Shout out to you and to your mom, to your dad, and of course, to all other CBSE players, shout out sa inyo. Okay, I hope that I have shared to you some insights about badminton, especially officiating and code of conduct. So again, as promised, during on my next live stream, I'll be talking about code of conduct for technical officials. So if you have friends who are into officiating, this would serve as a review. And of course, for those players na medyo dili pa kayo hanas sa officiating or how we officiate and what are the code of conduct of technical officials, at least you can try to invite them and to watch my live stream tomorrow or the other days. Okay? So, malaki question dyan, Justin. Shout out lang. Okay, so question is, when ang atong next nga training? So, mag-agad ko sa inyo ano sa amo magpa-train basta weekends lang, guys, no? Para pwede ko. Okay. 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 Sige. So, wala pa? Sige, guys. Any other questions so far? Or okay, so sample kantahan ko ko. So, ako itay og check it. Pero voice. Si kanta ganahan ni mami. 24. Kani, paborito ni Kobe nga kanta. Nilak ni siya basta akong kantahon kay ang goal sa second, nadulang ML. I think nagot to sa room. So, Justin, ina ko Justin na, o may ba akong voice? Ako i-acapella din, ha? Muni kanta ni Kobe. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. I'll never know this, how much I love you. Basic kayo, no? Ikaw kami mo song, guys. Sa lyric, guys. Kasi inaglahi akong sulting na lyric. So, anyway, mag-practice pa kong kanta because na-request kong kanta. So, okay na kayo? Ha? Justin, okay na kayo ang voice? Oh, gitu no? Lyric club Justin, okay na akong voice. Okay. So, di lang ta mag-knock-knock. Ani, no? Kay, sige, so. Ya, ikaw, Jazz, okay na ka? Okay na grab live? Ha? Oy, KJ. KJ years, okay kayo. No? Any request? Guys, for if you want to request a song for me to do next, okay, so just type in sa live chat or sa message. I'll be more than willing to do some practice. Okay? Isa pa? Sige ka na nako. Kuan? Happy birthday? Ano? Closing time ko na. Closing time. Sige ka. Di ko kabos sa lyrics lang. Closing time. Huwag na yun, sige, ikaw na yun sa kuan, sa the court, no? My loves you kanta, coach. Ano sabihin my loves? Sabihin my loves you kanta. Sa, mo ni Justin, ako ni i-search ang sanang my loves you kanta. Ha? Wait sa Justin. Hindi ako lang i-check my loves. My loves. Lyrics. Okay. Kaking Badger man eh. Muna siya. Di ko kaya na malimot ang pag-ibig. Muna siya. Ibig mo, may puwang papakot dyan sa puso mo. Tanggapin mo lang ako. Oh, ako'y babalik sa'yo. Wow. Muna siya. On the way na ako. Papunta na sa'yo. Hintayin mo ako. Nagpagas lang ako. Okay. Okay na to, Justin. Parayin mo na. Diyan sa mana. Ha? Sa inyong silingan? Oo. So, wala ka kayo meron, Just. Okay, guys. So, I'll end this by saying thank you very much for watching my live stream. For the next live stream, again, we'll be talking about badminton ethics for technical officials. So, kung naa mo yung mga fans diha ng mga badminton officials, this will serve as a review. And even those who are players, okay, you can watch my live stream tomorrow. And for other requests, please write, comment below. I'll try to check if I could sing that for you. Okay, magpa-voice lesson pa ko ni Mami Ani. We can. Okay, guys. So if you like this live stream, click the notification bell and do the thumbs up and share, and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, always smile, be happy, God bless, and peace out.